the battle for positions continues as we continue with what we call the classification scheme or phase of the tournament so far. One of the shining stars, of course, is Mac Cardona. But, of course, the Barangay Ginebra, they're beginning to celebrate a little because maybe, just maybe, some of their former stars, or still their stars, will have a chance to come back before this tournament is over. Sam Sarmenta alongside Alex Compton, and this is the PBA on Solar TV. Glad you're with us, and you look like you came from a very nice vacation.
I did. Well, I got to spend a little Christmas and New Year's in paradise, but coming to a game like this is a little sample of paradise for me as well. You know, Talking Text, the leading scoring team in the league.
Let's make sure that everybody hears you.
Can you hear me well now?
No, okay.
Talking Text, the leading scoring team in the league, going against Ginebra, obviously the fan favorite no matter where they go. We're in for a barn burner. The leading scorer himself in Mark Cardona, as we saw, and maybe the return of a certain somebody that fans seem to like a little bit.
Okay, if Kagiwa is back in town, it could be good news for the barangay, of course. But when you come from an injury, you don't want to rush the player back that quickly, Alex.
No, you don't, but you love what Mark Kagiwa brings in any game he comes in. He's a crowd electrifier. I mean, there's nobody I've heard who steps on the court who gets the kind of reaction that this guy does. Kagiwa, explosive, exciting to watch, and every time he steps on the court for that Ginebra team, there's a new level of energy that comes upon the arena.
Oh, you are so correct, and even the energy that will be brought into this game, as we saw earlier, Mac Cardona, of course, the conference leading scorer, and what a conference he's been having so far, Alex.
Well, Mac Cardona continues to score left and right with the hook shot, hitting threes, hitting runners, hitting floaters. Hindi naman siya takot tumira, and he is shooting a great percentage. One of the things I love about Mac, he's shooting 61% from two-point range. Actually leads the league in that category. That's unheard of for a two-guard.
And take a look at the numbers that Cardona has posted so far. Alex beginning to talk about those numbers, and look at this, leading TNT in scoring 8 of 15 games so far. This game very important with regard to the position where everybody wants to be. You do not want to lose to teams that are somehow near the area where you're at. Talking Text at 10 and 5, while Barangay Ginebra at 9 and 6. Santa Lucia is knocking at the door, having won earlier at 8 and 6. As you take a look at the starting lineups.
Yeah, well, you see Mark Cardona going to go up against Cardona going to go up against Ronald Tubid, who's done a fantastic job for this Ginebra team in the absence of J.J. Helterbrand and Mark Aguila.
You know, the backcourt of Ginebra, whatever combination they will come up with tonight, will have their job cut out for them, going up against the Alapag and Castro combining for almost 25 points and 10 assists per ball game, and that is a lot of points coming from your backcourt.
Oh, well, just obviously one of the best backcourts in the league. The point guard combination that you mentioned, but then going along with the two guard in Mac Cardona. Now, no doubt Ronald Tubid knows that, and right from the get-go, this is a great challenge for him. He attacks off the jump ball, tries to get a shot, gets fouled, and he's shooting two.
Kasi si Mac Ligo Bison. Diba? Parang, yes, one of the very few players that has the green light to shoot. Well, the Chotres will lose his cool occasionally, but, you know, so does Popovich with Ginobili.
Yeah, well, he's still the leading scorer in the league, and he's shooting a really high percentage. Yes. There's not much you can say about that.
Talking Text, their dribble broken up, but there was a whistle. The referees, by the way, for this one are Messrs. Guevara, Balao, and Barbacena. And we have an early foul.
Yeah, so far, Ginebra off to a quick lead. You know, one of the things I want to really look at is Ginebra's leading scorer is Ronald Tubid. 18 points a game, Mac 21 points a game. And Tubid is one of the better on-the-ball defenders who loves a challenge of guarding a guy like Mac. So don't be surprised to see these guys really go at it.
Nothing working inside, the ball to be retained by Barangay Ginebra. You know, Barangay Ginebra, they can fill up this place as they are one of the most popular teams. But did you know that they have lost 4 of their last 5 games here at the Big Dome?
Oh, wow, I did not know that.
They like to play probably elsewhere but there are some venues that just don't jive with you. But let's see if it will be any different tonight. Size, Alex, what about the size factor? Obviously, it will be in favor of Talk and Text. How can Barangay Ginebra offset that with what they have?
Well, Ginebra is a solid defensive team. They're actually number one in giving up the least amount of transition points. So look for them to get back and try to stop the break as Too Big continues to go at it early on. He's got all 4 points for Ginebra, but they play solid team defense. Coach Jong is really known for preparing his teams defensively, and despite of the height advantage for Talk and Text, you see Randall hit another good shot. Ginebra's probably going to drop to a 2-3 zone a lot when the ball goes in the post to the big men of Talk and Text.
You'll probably need all your defensive aces and your trump cards against the top offensive team of the league. Talk and Text averaging over just about 102 points per ball game.
And Ginebra starting out well early. You see Enrico Villanueva hitting a nice turnaround jump shot there, and Nick Velasco making contact on the shooting arm. Nick not liking the call, but actually I think, anytime you hit the shooter on his arm, you got to make that call. If it's just a little bit, it throws off the shot.
Last November 25, these two teams got entangled. Talk and Text won 87-72. What was impressive was not only the offense of Talk and Text, but also the defense, wherein they limited Barangay Ginebra to 33% from the field, 72 points, the lowest output of Barangay Ginebra so far in the tournament. A familiar move from Cardona, no dice, however.
Yeah, good challenge right there on that shot. And that's a shot, though, you keep seeing Makmak take because he can hit it.
JC squeezing through traffic.
Really good finish. And JC Incal has been playing a lot better, I think, this conference because he's been making more plays like that, using his size, athleticism, and quickness to get to the basket.
I like his courageous effort to shoot more from the outside. You and I, we covered him in college also. Wasn't so confident with his shot from the outside, but trying to make that happen here in the pros.
Well, you said courageous effort. Jimmy Alapag just had a courageous drive to the basket.
Yes.
Now, Too Big is just starting out. He's got 7 of his team's 11 points 2.5 minutes into this game.
You can only imagine what he had for breakfast today, averaging 17.9 per outing for Barangay Ginebra, near steal, and it will be retained by TNT.
Well, you see Makmak Cardona trying to post Too Big up there. It's something Makmak's been doing a little more this conference, going to the post, and with that hook shot and his footwork in the post, he's a scorer down there as well. Ginebra doubled right away. Good effort by Willie Wilson.
So the scouting kicking in very early on, and we have a whistle halting the play. Referee Guevara saying there's a foul.
They got Too Big holding Makmak in the post there. And, if Too Big can get in foul trouble early, that's a break for Talk and Text, because not only is he a good defender, but obviously he's a great scorer as well.
Velasco corner flip, overcooked. Below the 9-minute mark, opening quarter. Seth Sarmenta, Alex Compton here, and together with Dominic Oy, who will join us. And I wonder how much Dominic was willing to bet tonight, because, the last time around, he still hasn't paid us for the hamburger he owns us. And he's going to say something later, but we won't turn over the mic to him right yet.
7 on the shot clock.
There's an offensive foul. Mika Abisamis completes this team, by the way.
You got Celino Cruz there in the post with the hook, hooking Jimmy Alapag. Obviously, Jimmy, one of the smaller point guards in the league. A real tough player, a leader and competitor, but one of his disadvantages is if he gets posted up by bigger players.
Look at that.
That's just a big-time move. That's a big-time move for the league's leading scorer. Tremendous offensive one-on-one basketball coming from Makmak.
I will, name him to be a member of the Jabberwockies in America's most outstanding dance crew. He has moves that dazzle everybody. In the meantime, Too Big not impressed with the defense. Attacks. It's in the air, cleared.
Good outlet coming there from Nick Velasco to start this break.
Medyo na lift yung bola.
Yeah.